Welcome to Cindy's Library. This is Cindy, and today I am going to talk about how my reading week went. So, it is victober, of course, and very exciting, maybe a little bit too exciting. Let me explain. So by September 30th, I had finished the third part of Our Mutual Friend. Further I got into it, the more excited I got. And so on October 1st, I could not help myself. I finished Our Mutual Friend on audio. I'd read the rest of the book in print, but I finished it in audio. Now, what to say about this book? It involves a will, and the primary claimant, uh, he ends up dying on the way back to England, and so there's that. And there ends up being some question about, is that the last will? If not, what does the last will actually say? There's a lot in this book. And part of the reason why it's kind of hard to describe is because the first chapter, you stick with one character. Next chapter is a whole different set of people. Third chapter is yet another group of people, and on and on and on like that. So as much as I love it, and I really do love it, is it my favorite Dickens now? It might be. I don't think I can actually recommend starting with Our Mutual Friend because it is a complex book, it is long, and multiple points of view. And you start out like that with different sets of people, but I promise they all do connect to each other in the end, and that end is absolutely wonderful. It's rather a fairy tale end, and I absolutely love that. Let's see, what else can I say about Our Mutual Friend? Um, Using it for several prompts, so let's look at the cheat sheet here. Oh, change in class status. We have Lizzie and her brother Charlie who change class. Charlie especially is interested in changing class. And he is inspired by his teacher, who is, like I said, there's a lot in here. Checkmate in the friend name. Yes. It is Bradley Headstone, his teacher. That is right. And, well, Bradley Headstone, his teaching style and philosophies and seems to mirror that of Gradgrind from Hard Times, and that is not a compliment. Teaching all of these facts, but forgetting to connect those facts to being human, basically. So, and he also changes class. There's also a change in class to the recipients of the will as it first stands once we understand the previous recipient has died. The Boffins, they're just little tradespeople and they get this fortune. Let's see what else. Oh, empire spotting. That is right. So there are a number of empire spotting things. Um, we have a character named um, let's see, Weg. Yes, there's a guy named Mr. Weg. I understand he is French. It also features Jew Mr. Raj fairly prominently. And let us see. Uh, yes, the fortune is based on Cape wine. And so this whole fortune that people are fighting about is based basically on empire building. Figures, doesn't it? So that is our mutual friend. If you haven't read it yet, but you are a fan of Dickens, I can highly, highly, highly recommend it. Oh, it makes me so happy that I have read it. And what else have I been doing? Well, I have started Dracula, trying to keep up with the Literary Life podcast. So we'll see if I can do that because they are releasing their episodes on Dracula, and Dracula is rather amazing. We start out with John. We start out with uh, Jonathan Harker. That is right. We start out with his journal. He has been sent by his firm out to the way out to Eastern Europe, and we first get his observations about how the east of Europe is so different from the west and full of superstition, and trains don't run on time. And then we get to Castle Dracula and meet Dracula, and the more he is around Dracula, he realizes maybe some of those superstitions aren't so silly after all. I kind of need to get out of here. And that's the point where I am at. So, greatly enjoying it. I have also read some of Robert Browning's poetry. Uh, there is an exception. We finally got some about the difference between the city and the villa, presumably in Italy. But the rest have definitely been love poetry, which is kind of interesting that it should be like that. We'll have to see what else Robert Browning writes about, or if his main theme here is love, which, to be fair, can't entirely blame him. I understand he was totally in love with his wife Elizabeth, so there's that. I did manage to get a few chapters in of Windsor Castle, so I'm definitely full into section 2 out of 6. So I'll have to keep plodding along with this. And I can't resist. I'm already halfway through the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. But they are so fun. It's just so interesting to read about Holmes and Watson and all of their adventures. And for parts of this past week, I definitely was not up to reading anything strenuous, and this was the perfect thing to read for that. So, perfect. And I have started Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. Wives and Daughters. We are still in Molly's childhood, since I haven't gotten that far yet. This is my second read through of Wives and Daughters, and I really wanted to reread it because the first time I did it purely in audio. So this one I definitely want to read completely physically. And that's pretty much everything for victober that I have read since the beginning of October, which is only 3 days ago. Was I a little bit enthusiastic to start? Yeah, maybe. But that's okay. Victober is such a wonderful thing. Anyway, that is what I have read so far in October and for this week. So, how's your reading gone? Love to hear all about it. Love to hear if you are participating in Victober as well. So many great Victober videos are coming out right now. Makes my heart happy. But if you aren't doing Victober, if you're doing another challenge, I'd love to hear about that or anything else you are reading. So I think that is everything. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. So until next time, I hope we all stay safe and healthy. And as always, happy reading.